Okay, so tonight we're gonna make turkey burgers, and people flinch at turkey burgers. It's not meatloaf to some of you out there. So, turkey burgers. Uh, I made these the other night, and they were really tasty, and so we're kind of psyched to have them again. So I'm gonna show you how to do them. So, you can buy ground turkey like this. This is a natural ground turkey that is 93% lean, 7% fat. So there's not a whole lot of fat in it, but you will see it with even less fat. But it's good to have some fat in there. It helps hold it together and it cooks nicely and it's good. So this is 1 pound of just plain old ground turkey. Okay, so I've prepped some of this already. It's one of those things that you can really put all kinds of different things into it, okay? So I'll show you what I've got here. I have 1 stalk of celery that I've diced pretty small. I've got 3 scallions, and I've got like 1/8 of a red onion diced up really small. And I've showed you how to do onions before, and you know how to do that. All of these are optional. So, I mean, it's way better when you add, turkey doesn't have a whole ton of taste, and turkey burgers, it's fun to add different things to them to kind of liven them up a little bit. And I found that the celery and the onions and the scallions are good additions, so I'm going to put all that in there. But you definitely don't have to have that exact setup or configuration, right? Now I'll show you what else I'm going to add. Lemon zest. So get one of these microplane zesters. They're the greatest thing, especially for citrus fruits. They're not great for cheese, but look how easy it is. You just lightly go across, and you don't want to go into the white part here of the citrus. You just want the very, very outside part. So just lightly, and you just turn it as you go. And then save the lemon, because you can use the lemon juice from the lemon for something else. And it will keep okay in the fridge. What happens is when you take the zest off the lemon, you'll see that the lemon will get kind of hard pretty quickly. But there you go. So there's the zest from the lemon. You just kind of bang the thing on the table, and the zest will come out. And there's your beautiful lemon zest. So I'm going to add that in as well. And I put lemon and lime zest into a lot of things. Okay, so now we want some pepper. Buy one of these too. These are great. So this is a mix of peppercorns. It's got white peppercorns, black peppercorns, red peppercorns, all in one thing. It's actually got a 4th one in there, it says, apparently. And it has its own little grinder in it on the bottle, so you don't have to have a big huge pepper grinder. And then some salt. And then you guys know me in thyme, so I'm going to put some thyme in there, and my thyme plant it croaked, so I'm using dried thyme. And then I'm going to put sriracha sauce that I love, and this definitely gives it some zing. But if you don't want them to be spicy, then don't make them spicy. So I'm going to mix this up with my hands, because it mixes it it mixes it much better, and I kind of squeeze it together. It's kind of gross, so if you don't like to do that, then use a wooden spoon. Just make sure that you wash it really, really well. Same with your hands, obviously. Wash your hands really well. Okay, and so there's your turkey burger mix. Now what I like to do is I like to cook a teeny little piece of it and check the seasoning and see how my seasoning is. And then if I need to, then I add more of whatever I want, okay? So I'm gonna do that. I gotta go wash my hands, and I gotta get my cast iron pan out, and then I'm going to cook a little bit, and I'll show you that as we do it, and then we can taste it. Alrighty, here's my cast iron pan. Just a little teeny bit of olive oil. I get the pan hot first, right? So start with the hot pan, and then I'm just going to take like a teaspoon of the turkey and put it in there. That's actually too much. I probably could have done like half of that. And then if I really flatten it out, it'll cook fast. You have to turn the fan on here a little bit. And this is basically how you cook them. You know, you make bigger ones, and then we'll just brown them in here, and then I put them on a baking sheet with aluminum foil, and I put them in the oven at about 350, and they'll be done in the oven probably about 15 minutes. We'll time it and take a look. You know, but I tend to make smaller ones, kind of like sliders, and so they cook pretty fast. So you brown them, and then you put them on the baking sheet, and then in the oven in 15 minutes they're about done. Now the great thing about these is that they freeze really, really well. So you know, you can cook a batch of them and you know, eat 2 of them for dinner and save 1 or 2 of them for your lunch for the next day, and then you can freeze. You'll probably have 4 left to freeze, something like that. So, you know, out of a pound, you can make them whatever size you want. But if you make them, you know, kind of slider size, you'll probably get six of them at least, and then you can have a couple for a meal, and then you can freeze some. So it's a good one in that way. So let's see how this is. This is going to be cooked pretty quickly. Bear in mind with the poultry, you got to make sure that you are really cooking it all the way through. Hopefully you can see that. Let's get a little bit closer up. And you'll see when we do the bigger ones, kind of the browning a little bit, but just break it apart a little bit. You'll be able to see if it's cooked all the way through. This is looking pretty good, so I'm going to turn the saute pan off just for a second. Get this out of the pan so it doesn't burn. Try that. Ooh, the lemon is so good. So I'll tell you what, I'd like it even a little bit spicier, but it's really tasty. So I'm just going to add a little more sriracha, and then I'm going to saute them here, and we'll put them in the oven. Okay, so here's the deal. I said I was going to add more sriracha, but after tasting it some, I realized there was plenty in there. So that's the beauty of tasting a little bit of it and trying it to see what you think. So I really don't need to add more sriracha, so I got my mix the way it is. I'm happy with my seasoning, so I'm good to go. Now, in the little test batch I used olive oil in there. I wanted to tell you, so with the larger number of these that I'm going to put in here, I'm going to use vegetable oil instead of olive oil. And the reason is vegetable oil will go to a higher temperature without smoking or burning. So given that I'm going to cook 5 or 6 of these little burgers in here, I'm going to use the vegetable oil. It'll keep them from sticking. They'll cook nicely in it, and it also can get hotter without smoking or burning. So here you go. You can just make your little burger, little patty like that. Not too thick. So the key is to not make them too thick. I'm probably going to have to do 2 batches here from what I can tell. And like always, try to get them to be about the same size. They don't have to be exact. You don't have to weigh them or anything. But try to get them to be about the same size, so then they'll cook evenly in about the same amount of time. And if you want to just make one, if you want them bigger, if you buy regular hamburger buns or something and you want to make them bigger, go for it. Okay, so I got 5 in there. Let's see, right? So let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, there we go. So check these guys out. Pretty good, huh? So we brown them on the second side. And then I want to do my next batch pretty quickly because I don't want to bring the poultry or your protein, you don't want to bring it up into a cooking temperature kind of in a mid-range and then leave it sitting out at room temperature. Once you want it either to be cold or you want to start cooking it and then continue to cook it all the way through. So these guys are in pretty good shape here. You don't want to crowd them too much either in the cast iron pan or in the baking sheet. A little more oil. You don't want too much oil. You don't want to be frying them too much. You know, you need enough cooking fat to cook them, but you don't want to be, you're not deep frying these things. So let's see, how many am I going to get? This is the tricky part. You're never sure exactly how many you're going to get. Okay, so here's all 7 of them, including the big guy. These guys are going into the oven now as well. And we're going to watch them. I'm guessing they're going to take about 15 minutes, okay? Okay, a couple things to get ready for our turkey burgers. So they're great with avocados on them. Let me show you how to deal with an avocado. So here's your avocado. This is called a Hass avocado, H-A-A-S avocado. Most of them are grown in Mexico. And you want it to be just a little bit soft. You can see that when I press it, my thumb indents it just a teeny little bit. And that's how you know it's ripe. Usually the skin is getting pretty dark, but not dark black. If it's squishy, it's way too ripe. And if it's not a little bit soft, then it's going to be hard. It's not ripe. And once you cut it, it's not going to continue to ripe. Now be careful doing this, but I'll show you a really easy way to cut avocados. So here's your stem end. You can see the little thing from the stem, and you're going to cut from the stem, so you're going the long way like this. Not around the equator, you're going the other way. Okay, so in the middle you have the big, huge pit, right? So you're kind of working your way around the pit, and then you just separate it, and the pit will always stay, the seed stays in one side and not in the other. Now do this carefully, but you just go like this, and you can pull the seed out, okay? Now if you want to peel it really easily and slice it up, quarter it. So now you got it in quarters. And then if it's ripe, the skin just comes right off. So there's your skin. Always where the stem end is, it's a little bit harder to peel. Sometimes you'll get little pieces that'll stick on it like that. There you go. And then slice it like this. It's sitting there nice and flat on the table for me. So you slice it. Slice this guy. And look at that. You just press it down like that. There's your beauty little avocado. Ready to go? So I'll put those over there so they're ready to go for our turkey burgers. And then I'm going to just slice up some tomato here. So again, you're going, here's your stem end, right? This is where it's growing off the plant. You have your stem end kind of toward your hand that you're holding it with. These are the kumatos that they grow now. They're kind of brownish color. They're pretty tasty. Okay, there you go. So you got that ready. So we're all set for when our turkey burgers come out. Okay, so now we're going to finish up our turkey burgers. Let me show you how we do that. I've got little rolls that I got from the bakery. You can buy them in the grocery store or in the bakery. And here's our turkey burger. That was 15 minutes in the oven. You can cut it open a little bit to make sure that it's cooked, and that'll pretty much do it. I've got a little bit of lettuce here. I like to put the lettuce on the bun first so the tomato doesn't get it all squishy and nasty. But we've got everything ready to go, right? So there we are. We've got our tomato and our avocado from earlier, and then we've got our potatoes. We'll talk about that separately in just a minute, but there you go. Add your potatoes. And look at that, all set, ready to go.